Salam sejahtera penonton di Malaysia dan juga Singapura, pemirsa di Indonesia dan juga Auda di Brunei Darussalam. Dan hari ini kita akan bersama dengan seorang sukarelawan yang melihat kepada usaha untuk memperkasakan pelarian-pelarian daripada Myanmar yang ketika ini berada di dalam negara ini. Dan antara yang mereka lakukan adalah untuk memberikan pendidikan dan juga latihan kepada kumpulan 4 etnik ini untuk memastikan bahawa mereka, kumpulan wanita dari 4 etnik ini boleh menjadi bebas daripada segi ekonomi dan juga membantu menyara keluarga mereka. Dan ini dalam Rizal ASEAN untuk episod kali ini. Program yang diberi nama Tanma ini diwujudkan bersama 4 kumpulan etnik yang berbeza dari Myanmar. Tujuannya adalah untuk membolehkan wanita ini mendapat pendapatan dan menyara keluarga menerusi kraftangan, perdagangan yang adil, pemerkasaan dan program yang membantu kehidupan. Wanita ini dan keluarga mereka melarikan diri dari Myanmar demi keselamatan. Projek Tanma ini disokong oleh Badan Bukan Kerajaan Tenaga Nita. Rizal ASEAN melawat penyelaras program Ophelie Grasset di bengkel mereka di Jalan Pudu. First off, let's start with the program. The program comprises of 4 different ethnic refugees from Myanmar, and they are here, and you give them training, and they produce wonderful products that we can see in this room. Maybe you can share the essence of that program and why it's important for these women refugees to be part of the program.
So first of all, I'd like to talk a bit about their living conditions here. Being a woman refugee here is very difficult because first of all, you don't have access to legal jobs, so you don't have access to any protection. Everything is more expensive for you. You have to provide the housing for your family, you have to feed your kids, and you have to take care of all the members of your family. So from that, we decided to give these women fair job opportunities. The idea is really to help them to empower themselves. So Tanma is a federation of 4 groups, like you said, but the women are really at the essence of this program. They created Tanma together. It was really need from them to share their resources, to be stronger together, because Tanma means strong in Burmese. And so they decided to share their resources, like I said, and to allow women to come, work here, work in a safe space, to have access to trainings also, to learn new skills, and maybe one day if they are resettled, or if they get to stay here, or if they have to go back to Myanmar, these skills they can use to earn money for their family. But more than money, it's also about empowering women, to give them value, to show them you can do something, you have value, you can support your family, you have skills that you can express here. And it's also about allowing them to do something with other women. We want to create a safe space for them to share about the difficulties they are facing, to meet with more women. They can also come with their kids if they want, because obviously they don't always have access to nursery or schools for their kids.
Let's talk about the kind of trainings that Tanma provides for its members. What kind of trainings are we looking at, and what's the response that you've got so far from the participating women refugees?
Our biggest demand are for English trainings, because they realize, and we realized as well, that obviously speaking English is the step 1 to independence and autonomy, especially here. So we have a lot of demand for English trainings. Thankfully, we have a lot of volunteers applying to teach. They come in their free time and give free trainings for our women. So that is something really good. We can see that when they start speaking English, they feel more confident and they feel more open, and they can interact with the customers. They can write invoice, they can answer emails. So that's one thing that we have always a big demand on. Then it's really about what the women want. Every month we have 1 board meeting with all the board members, the women themselves. They gathered and they discuss what they want to start for their community, for their women. And then I act as a facilitator for those decisions. I will contact the volunteers, I will arrange the time and timetables and everything. We also have trainings on marketing. They have needs in terms of packaging, how to market your products, how to design your products, how to improve the quality and stuff. So it's really about what they want to have. And obviously we have a lot of sewing class as well. So we can train more women. So one day they can become artisan and work with us as well.
What changes did you see or did you observe? Are you still observing when you look at these women when they first arrived with no knowledge and now they are better and they are stronger and more empowered in that sense? What changes did you see emotionally and the way they present themselves?
I say even the way they speak more. They are more confident. Before, when it's their first board meeting, they won't say a word. They will just stay, listen, look, and in the end, they are really like, they are making their own decisions. They are talking. They are advocating for their own group, and that is very, very important for us, that they can stand for themselves. Because in the end, we can act as facilitators, NGOs, citizens here. We have to raise their voice. We have to be a voice for the voiceless. But we have to make sure that these women, they stand for themselves as well. They feel confident enough to say, okay, these are the values we want to defend. Our life matters as more as anyone's lives. So it's really about the way they interact with each other and with the customers. That's where we see the main differences.
And obviously you're here because some of these women don't want to be on camera and they don't want to be there because they're probably a bit shy and because of security reasons. But you are observing what they've gone through and you observing why they're still here. And people don't understand why they are still here even after there is a sense of stability in Myanmar.
Well, it's totally true that now Myanmar, or Burma, is considered as a safe country. The violent acts from the military that happened before are now more quiet. But I'd say it's a vision we can have when we live outside or when we go to Yangon or to this touristic place. But when you look at where these people come from, they come from remote communities, small ethnic groups at the borders of the country. You see the situation there is not only about the military violence, it's still there. It's less visible, it's less obvious, but it's still there. But most importantly, it's the lack of opportunities, the lack of schools, the lack of hospitals, the social violence, I would call that this way, that makes it's impossible for them to go back. They don't have family there anymore. Their houses must have been destroyed, their lands seized, they have nothing left back there. And the situation for them, since they don't belong to the main ethnic groups, it's always going to be difficult for them. I'd say it's never a choice. When you have to run away from your home, when you have to leave your family, it's never a choice that makes you happy. It breaks your heart, and it's very hard for them. They went through traumatizing experience, fleeing a country at war. It's never a choice. You have to live for your family, for yourself, for your life. So that's why now, going back, the situation there is not going to be any better than here. And they will do anything for their family and for themselves to survive.
Let's look at the ASEAN context and where they are in the ASEAN context, the bigger picture. Where are they in the bigger picture? Because we talk about, when we talk about ASEAN, the highlights always be on the well-off countries and on big businesses. But there are stories like this that are not brought forward and they're not given enough light and voice. So where are they in the grand scheme of ASEAN?
Wow, that's a really hard question to understand. I think we belong to those social enterprise. I can see here in Malaysia more and more small businesses, and they want to stand as social enterprise. They want to stop what this capitalist kind of system, which is just making rich people richer and poor people poorer. I think we stand here in those small businesses, women entrepreneurs, who want to use their skills, value their traditions, really preserve also their traditions through entrepreneurship. And we're getting more and more visibility on that, and it's good to see that even here in Malaysia, a lot of people are taking this decision to say, okay, I will start my social enterprise because I want to help the people. I want the business to help the people and not the other way around.
So let's talk about the products that they do. We see some batik products here. We see some traditional fabric, or products made of traditional fabrics. And then we see some jewellery. And then we see some spa products over there. So there are a lot of products that they are making, and these products come from the different ethnic groups.
So they use their ethnic groups as inspirations, but we are trying to really adapt what they can make with the customers that we are targeting. Today we target a lot of expat populations and people who actually have this sense of they want to buy ethical products. The people who are sick of buying products made in sweatshops in China or wherever, and they want to buy less but better. So this is the population we are targeting. But at the same time, this is not charity. This is not, oh, I will buy this bag because I want to help these women. No, we really want to be a fashion brand, basically. We want people to buy the products because they like it, because they look nice, and they want to offer as presents, or they are trendy and fashionable. So that's how we adjusted, that's how we use this traditional fabric to make bags or computer case or any type of backpacks and sleeping bags. Because they usually wear this traditional fabric as dresses for events. It's actually like a very precious fabric that they will only use for events and special occasions. So when we make bags, it's not something they will ever do in their country, but we want to use this tradition and adjust it to be marketable, actually.
And when you say it's not a charity, because I like that concept, that don't come to us and buy our products or your products because you feel sorry for the people, but buy because you like the quality.
Exactly.
And I guess that's apparent across the less wealthy states in Southeast Asia. Because when I went to Cambodia, when I went to Siem Reap, people say don't go to the orphanage because you want to take photos. It's not a touristy spot. It's not a tourist spot, and it makes me realize that they want to empower themselves. They want to be able to work and earn their own money and be proud of that money, and not because they want charity.
Exactly.
Is that what you see? Is that what you observe?
I completely agree with you. That's when I say we want to be women entrepreneurs. We want to be considered as women, mothers, businesswomen, trainers, and not just illegal migrants or poor people we need to help. And the only way we can do that is by offering good quality products. That's why we work really hard on our products. We constantly rethink the designs and check the quality so we can offer people a really good alternative. It's also about offering, people a good products made with ethical in an ethical way. And when you buy the products, you know that the woman who made that, she's being paid a fair wage for that. She can feed her family. Some groups also use this money to run schools for children refugee, because children refugee here, they don't have access to schools in Malaysia. So they started their own school to teach their kids, and they're using the money from the products to help the school. So we really want to be seen as entrepreneurs, and we are a fashion brand.
Thank you very much, Ophelie, for entertaining us. Thank you very much. Itu dari Tanma yang menggabungkan 4 kumpulan etnik daripada Myanmar ataupun Burma yang menghasilkan hasil kraft tangan dan juga hasil fabrik mereka untuk menyara kehidupan pelarian wanita terutama di Malaysia pada ketika ini. Dan saya, Rizal untuk Rizal ASEAN, mengucapkan salam hormat dan terima kasih.